everybody. Welcome back to another episode of You Haven't Seen That Podcast, or YHST for short. I'm Isaac.
I'm Elva.
And I'm Carlos.
And this is a show where we cover movies on that growing list of films that has people asking us the question,
You haven't seen that?
What?
Intermission edition, on the big game day, or whatever the hell they call it, because you can't say the SB word.
You mean the Bad Bunny's concert?
The
What?
football game
Starring
at
the
the
football
Bad
game.
Bunny concert this year.
If you're new here, if you haven't been doing so already, follow us on social media at
YHST Pod.
on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And if you'd like to support us, well, we absolutely appreciate it because we have to eat. You can support us on Venmo at
YHST Pod.
Yeah. How's everybody feeling today? It's Sunday. I was gonna say morning, afternoon. We're kind of sneaking in an episode in the Hype Attack studio.
Sunday.
A little sassy today, but hey, we're all full of energy, ready to,
We're
get
here
this
for
started.
it.
So much stuff has happened last night where I think all of us collectively got like 4 hours of sleep.
I love it.
Give or take.
Yeah.
I actually feel great. I got like a complete 5 hours of sleep. But this is going to be a quick episode because, like I said, the Schmooper Bowl is happening. And so we are going to fill you up. We're going to fill you up with the news. I am a little tired. And I'm talking about it.
We're filling them up.
We're filling them up with some news. We're informing them about news. We're covering two movies.
Consensually.
Which is the Knives Out mystery, Wake Up Dead Man, and Begonia. Now, you might be asking, but those movies came out quite a while ago. Yes, we just never got around to actually seeing it. So because I imagine everyone else has seen these movies, we aren't going to do the snack-sized, bite-sized, spoiler-free review. We're just going to jump right into it once we cover our news and once Carlos gives us our either-or question. But I want to take a quick moment in celebrating Carlos's 1 month with us.
Hey, I'm still on board. You guys haven't fired me. Thank you so much.
We added you to the logo, so
Yeah.
it's official.
Nice. Alva,
you
you're still...
You still have 60 days, but
Well, Alva, we're still keeping you on payroll, so,
How do you feel after this 1 month? Did we work you too hard on some production days?
No, not at all. It's been a blast. You guys haven't been driving me crazy yet. I haven't annoyed you guys. So, you know what? It's been a great run so far.
Fuck yeah, man. Here's to cheers. Here's to more episodes to come. Clink,
clink, clink, clink.
I'll
Clink,
add a
clink, clink.
Oh, wait,
clinky
hold on.
sound there. All right. Well, welcome, Carlos. Now let's go ahead. Welcome, Carlos. Welcome to this 1 month, Carlos, is what I meant to say.
It's my month anniversary, guys.
Gross.
His anniversary.
I should have planned it for Valentine's Day, huh?
I know.
Heart emoji. But let's go ahead and inform people on everything going on in movies, Hollywood, news, and entertainment with a segment we simply call YHST News. Alva, go ahead.
For all you DC fans, Clayface has been delayed to October 23rd, 2026.
Vader. No! That sucks. Damn it.
A 6-week delay to fit with the Halloween vibe. If you didn't interrupt me, you would let me finish.
Yes!
Don't get ahead of yourself, man.
I emoted too early.
In
It
other,
happens to some men.
in other news, for any fans of the first Bullet Train film, Bullet Train 2 is now in the works with Brad Pitt and Sandra Bullock set to return. Are they going to wreck another Bullet Train? Who knows?
Does she have to slow down the bullet train?
With her saucy voice, I'm game.
Keep it at the same speed.
Love
Who
it.
knows?
One of my favorites.
Kristen Stewart is now the new owner of the Highland Park Theater and will be in charge of the renovations. I love that this is amongst a couple of celebrities that are like reviving these dying theaters. Love it.
Yes. A24 has officially acquired the rights to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Leatherface is officially headed into a A24 era.
Don't fuck it up, A24.
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw has had like a rough string of bad luck with them trying to revive that franchise repeatedly, so hopefully they have better luck this time.
Mm-hmm.
In other news,
Oh, it's emotional.
Sorry.
I love this movie too.
Frozen 3, La Aventura Congelado, Parte 3,
Hey, enough of that.
has officially started voice recording with a release date of November 2027. Hey, it might come out for my birthday, so there you go. Future episode planned out.
And lastly, and more hornily, Daddy Henry Cavill has been cast as the villain, Bad Daddy, in The Mummy 4, which is also going to be with Brendan Fraser is reprising his role. I am excited for that, and consider yourself
Informed.
Thank you. Are you dying over there, Carlos?
It's a Sunday.
I might
We're
be a
good.
bit sassy, so I apologize in advance.
Your sassy coughs. All right, Carlos, go ahead and hit us with your either or question.
Well, guys, another edition of Either Or. So my question to you guys for today is this. Is it an overreaction to say that Doomsday will outgross Barbenheimer opening weekend? But for those uncultured swines out
Or
there,
those kids that were born before 3 years ago.
what Doomsday basically means is that because Dune Part 3 and Avengers Doomsday are coming out same opening weekend, same way as Oppenheimer and the Barbie movie came out a couple years
Love
ago.
both of those movies.
Great pairing. But what do you guys think? Do you think Doomsday will outgross opening weekend compared to Barbenheimer?
I have a thing with Marvel lately, and they're pissing me off. And I'm going to say they're not going to do good.
Ooh.
Because I just want to see them burn. Just for a bit, because they need to get their shit together.
So I think that Marvel has been on the right path of like course correcting and just making the stories a little bit more, what's the word? Like not so fucking messy anymore. They've hopefully realized the errors of their ways. And so I am hyper excited about Doomsday. And I feel like that's going to get a huge audience. And as far as Dune, the movie, those movies were doing good numbers when each of those respectively came out. And I've know nothing about the Dune books, never seen the David Lynch Dune, but I extremely enjoy those movies. I didn't think I would. You know, it's a whole nother franchise to get into. And so I do think that they're two big, heavy hitting movies compared to, basically the Barbie movie and a Christopher Nolan movie, which is Nolan's always been big. But I honestly do think that Doomsday will beat out, even if just by like a little bit, I technically think that it'll beat out Barbenheimer.
I don't think so, because if you recall, people want to see in IMAX, but not Doomsday.
Doomsday. Yeah, you're good.
Marvel.
Yeah.
They want to see Marvel in IMAX. But Dune has that basically booked. We covered that in our news, and it's booked. So you're only going to be seeing Dune in IMAX. You're not going to see any Marvel in IMAX until a couple weeks later.
And I totally get that, and I respect it. I just think that people are going to be so eager to even see the movie. You're still, I think, and because of that, actually, I'll use your argument. I'll use it against you. I think that people are going to see it in opening weekend in standard, because how are you not going to see the movie?
Yeah.
And then they're going to revisit it in IMAX, because how are you not going to see it in IMAX?
In this economy?
You know?
Really? I mean, but here's like my whole gripe with it. It's like Marvel has been giving out little teaser trailers of like what character is coming
They
out.
said they're not
Everybody's
trailers.
coming back.
Whatever. Yeah. Well, then why are you labeling it that? You know? But at the same time, it's like, oh, so you're letting us know that these characters are coming back. But at the same time, you made everyone wait a whole damn day for chairs to be revealed. Here's my thing. I sat through the whole live.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, you know what? I did too.
I sat and was it Hemsworth was a chair? So I'm like, I don't need to know. I could just go back to those videos
It just
where
sounded funny.
It's been called Chair Watch by infamy now.
yeah. So it's like, hello. I spent my whole day, and now you want to give me like little bits and pieces here and there before a movie pops out? Okay, cool. I could just go back to that page.
But the hype has still been there. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though it's chairs, everybody and their mother was watching it.
Yeah, I don't need the whole thing. I don't need to be reiterated into a thing, and just give me like something different instead of like, hey, this one, or save Captain America for when it's in the movie.
So you heard it here. I think that Doomsday is going to outperform Barbenheimer. Alva thinks that it's not.
I don't think so. No, thank you.
Carlos, what are your thoughts on it? I won't play you out.
Not this time. I think Doomsday will outgross opening weekend. I mean, Dune does have the slight edge because it booked all the IMAX screenings. I'm still excited for Doomsday. I think they've been doing course correction with Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, so they still have potential to make some good content.
There you go, yeah.
But they have an uphill battle trying to regain the fan love, especially for Alva. You know, they're trying to cater this movie to Alva's
Clearly not enough.
expectations. But yeah, I mean, I think this will kind of help both movies because Barbenheimer showed that there was that symbiotic relationship where people that normally wouldn't go see Barbie went to go see Barbie, and people that wouldn't go see a biopic of the guy who created the atom bomb went to go see it. So I think both movies are gonna like really help each other out. But I think Doomsday will outgross maybe slightly. But I mean, hey, we'll find out at the end of the year.
And we are talking about just opening weekend, right?
Yeah, just opening weekend.
So your thing of people are going to revisit the thing to go see IMAX is completely different.
Fair.
So
Wow.
there's that thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I accept that. That is a great point. Go fuck yourself. It feels. I'm gonna die on my hill.
I'll be sure to pick out a really good question as well next time to get you guys debating.
I love it. Hell yeah. All right. That's what we thought. That's what we think. And I guess stay tuned at the end of the year to see who's right.
Doom, doom, doom.
Okay. Let's kick this. Again, we're not going to do the bite-sized versions of our things, but let's go ahead and kick our discussions off with Knives Out mystery Wake Up Dead Man. This is directed by Rian Johnson. Again, this is the third installment to the Knives Out trilogy, and I think it is my favorite one so far.
Detective Blanc teams up with
Say it in his accent.
I cannot say it in his accent.
I am Benoit Blanc.
Detective Blanc teams up with the earnest young priest to investigate a perfectly impossible crime at a small town church with a dark history. Bum, bum, bum.
That's racist. So, yeah, what would you guys think about it?
Overall, I really loved it. It is a lot more darker compared to the first two movies. This is definitely like Rian Johnson's, for me, a bit of a redemption from The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
This is right up his alley. Again, Benoit Blanc.
Did you catch the Star Wars reference in this one, by the way?
Oh, no, I didn't catch it. But yeah, this also has like my favorite lead character, Father Judd, compared to the other two leads, which they were great, by the way. And the ensemble cast, I mean, it's stacked. I couldn't really praise the cast more than it is.
I mean, Johnson just getting the cast for any and all of these movies, the number of people that are such heavy hitters. So it's darn near perfect, wherein not only do you have an amazing script, but it's a murder mystery where you're also involved, as most murder mystery, good ones in my opinion, are, where you want to be able to try to solve it with them. So you're part of the crew, the Scooby Gang, if you will.
I was so mad.
But you have a great director who is maintaining this sort of this tone, this feel of it, and delivering something that still is able to be kind of fresh and new, where even though you're familiar with the Daniel Craig, Benoit Blanc, Detective Blanc, he doesn't pop up until about like 20, 30 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
And still allows you to, he tells a story where you're following someone who's a completely new character in such an engaging way. It looks great. It's acted fantastically. It's written so well. I mean, I'm looking at the cast here. Let's go down the list, right? Daniel Craig, Josh Brolin, Kaylee Spaney. I think I'm mispronouncing her name. Andrew Scott. Love him. Glenn Close. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Josh Brolin.
Thomas Hayden Church. Jeremy Renner. Kerry Washington. I'm not familiar with Josh O'Connor, by the way.
I just mainly know him. I don't know if you guys watched The Crown on Netflix. I binge watched that show. He was
Here and there. Yeah.
he played young Prince Charles, like the
Okay.
Okay.
yeah,
He's got that face.
like when they had when he first meets Princess Diana and that era. But yeah, that's what I mainly know him for.
And then lastly, Jeffrey Wright. These are all strong people who all can like chew up the scene and just help tell this story and deliver, for the most part, like very deep themes. I was extremely impressed by this movie. Not to say that like, Johnson wasn't going to produce a great movie, but trilogies don't always land solid. This one is like my fave. It's great.
I was so mad that it made me second guess like who did it. And usually like for any of like those movies, I get it, right? I'm like, it's that character. This one was like, no, it could be that one. No, it could be this. And I was getting annoyed that I was watching it and every character kind of developed more, and I'm just like, but now they all have cause.
Yeah, that's just what I love about this franchise so far, especially this one. The twists and turns, like you think, okay, it's got to be this character, but see how it worked on you then, because it just made you second guess, like, no, then it's not that character. It has to be this other person on the suspect list.
Which made me love it, because I get a little bit annoyed at movies who are like, it's this character this whole time, and then like there's some people who solve it like right away, and I'm like, well, now I have to watch like the whole thing, maybe see if they how they did it. And sometimes it falls flat. But with this one, I was just like, no, I really love it.
I especially thought that it was clever that you're following along with Father Judd, played by Josh O'Connor, because everything that you're experiencing is through his perspective. And so when it comes to like meeting Daniel Craig, Detective Blanc, when it comes to any new information, it's all through him for the most part, you know. And he's such a I was on a roller coaster with his performance, his character. Well, actually, mainly his performance, because I thought, wow, he's sort of like the weaker performer out of all of them. And I can confidently say that because, again, as I look through the cast, these people have quite the resume on them. Mm-hmm. And so he seemed weak for the most part, you know, in trying to convey some of these things. But the moments that he's sincere and genuine, like when he's in front of the bishops or cardinals,
yeah,
I was like, whoa, these very serious moments, these heart to hearts. That's when he flourishes. And then his performance got even better as the movie went along, when he had some like higher stakes and had to deal with like personal issues and in such ways that are like really on the money, with especially when it comes to the Catholic Church and dealing with religion and basically science.
I like the perspective of this movie, and I'm going to get a little bit more on like the thing. I like how...
Please tell us.
Okay, so it kind of triggered a little bit of like, oh my God, my Catholic guilt kind of thing. It's there. It's real. Okay. No, but I like how Josh O'Connor played the priest who stood up for like the actual part of like what religion is supposed to be. Like, no, everyone is welcome. There shouldn't be, oh, you're new, let's try to get you out of here because we already have our own group. And throughout this whole movie, it showed like basically how life is now, politically, also religiously, like how it is by fresh eyes, but without having it being shoved down your throat.
Yeah, that's what I liked. It wasn't like too preachy. Again,
Literally.
this is what I loved about Father Judd, is that like he's very idealistic. He's excited to go to this church where he has to be under the wing of Monsignor Wicks, played by Josh Brolin, who was fucking fantastic
fucking guy.
asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
you told me that once. For those who know, they know.
If you know, you know our personal history.
Yeah.
But
See, what had happened was,
but just kind of seeing how like he even is struggling to kind of try to be like, his thing is that he just wants to be a good priest to people, to be there in their most vulnerable times when they kind of need that spiritual guidance. You know, again, the movie does show his arc where idealistic. There's a moment where he gets drunk and he's just angry. And he starts doubting, like, you know, like, this is all I have because this helped me when I went through a downward spiral, because he has a bit of an unfortunate dark past, which is what made him into a priest. And then for him to kind of regain his faith at the end, where now he knows that he could finally do what he felt like was meant to do.
And going back on Josh Brolin's Monsignor Wicks. This is kind of the second time that Josh Brolin has played essentially a villain, so to speak, where as he's telling you his motives, you're sitting there going, I think he kind of has a point. You know, Thanos. He's fucking Thanos.
Yeah.
You know, Father Judd's ideology is because he used to be a boxer.
Yeah.
And it's to lead with open arms, with love and peace and understanding. And I love those moments where he interacts with everybody. And he expresses a lot of that. But, you know, on the other end of that is Monsignor Wick, Josh Brolin, who's like, yeah, but, you know, he's aged, right? By the way, Brolin looks great with like that long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all bullshit. I get it. You start off, you know, being good spirited and stuff, but life's a shithole and you need to fight it. You need to fight the wolves. I kind of agree with both of them at some points.
But it's like you have someone coming in from like, he did wrong trying to do better, and then you have a Nepo baby.
Yeah, true.
So it's like, okay, so we're aligning things here. Like, you come from a family who's done all these, like, this is your grandfather did it basically, and then now it's you're following the same footsteps. But then you have someone who's trying to do better to kind of correct his past.
Yeah.
To make things better also for himself, like somehow not live with that guilt, because throughout the whole movie he always like, it's kind of always being brought up in a certain way, and you can kind of see like the guilt and everything.
Well, I mean, what's that corrupting thing? The apple, Eve's apple. And in essence, the symbolism is money. You know, to kind of be an anti-quote of Michael Douglas's greed, ladies and gentlemen, is good. Greed is in fact not good, and look what it does to all the people who are searching for. And I won't spoil anything for this movie if you hadn't already seen it, but you know, Eve's apple and what it actually is, which is an underlying tone. Like it's such a commentary on people. You know, you have these like few select people, and they represent, you know, all of us in these different walks of life, and what motivates us and what can corrupt us and what we're fighting through. And, you know, to sort of exploit the whole thing that common ground God can be used against them. Man, it was just done so well. Like, obviously I'm not doing it justice. I'm kind of a little at loss of words because a lot of that's expressed not just through dialogue or anything like that, but Johnson's symbolism and his shot compositions with those scenes where he lets moments breathe. And it isn't about shitting on religion. It's about enlightening both sides of it through Monsignor and then Father Judd. And so when you introduce someone like Detective Blanc, who's a man of science, that's my poor attempt at it, he still allows the critic or the skeptic, excuse me, to still be in awe by what religion presents people, you know, by the form of like the church, and letting that moment breathe, and that subtlety of when certain things are being said, the ray of sun kind of very subtly shines through and then kind of changes to cloudiness and to represent and symbolize the turmoil within us all, you know, where we aren't all 100% good and we're not all 100% bad. The movie's so fucking fantastic, dude.
Yeah, 100%. I would watch it again.
Definitely.
Oh, the other thing is, I think my favorite part of it was anytime the detective and Father Judd were together and they're doing something and something interesting happened, they would both kind of be like, oh, like little kids, like, let's run together, and somehow created a friendship.
Yeah.
Without wanting to. And it was natural.
And I think this is, out of all the other Knives Out, this is one of the few moments where Detective Blanc is more caring. You know, in other ones, he's a dog chasing a bone, and he just wants to solve the thing, and you're along with him. And again, not to spoil anything, but there is a moment towards the end when the killer is finally revealed, that he takes some sort of pity on them and doesn't outright just go, and there's the person there. It's such a human, such a choice to make him a little bit more human. You know what I mean? As opposed to just being this, you know, this sort of uppity man of science kind of thing. It's so fun.
He's the one that's showing the humanity to people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The movie is so fun. It has this like subtle edge of comedy to it, and it doesn't feel, those comedic moments don't feel completely stand out. Like there is a tone, there's a style to the whole movie, and it's so delicious to watch, you know, just in how someone who wants to shoot this film with like such heavy themes wants it to look. It's so great. If you haven't seen it, I couldn't recommend it anymore. Any last words about this?
Also, Josh O'Connor should play the live action Ratatouille. I'm sorry.
Okay, so real quick, you know, we watch it at home because it's streaming on Netflix, and so I want to try to treat it like a theater experience. So like, lights are off, we're quiet. I'm not going to comment. You know, during an actual theater movie, I might whisper to one of you guys and go, "Yeah, see, he's the guy." I try to keep my thoughts and everything to myself. And so when I saw this guy, Josh O'Connor, I'm like, guy looks like the dude from Ratatouille, and I'm biting my tongue because I don't want to be like, oh, he's the guy. And then she's the one that chimes up about it. Looks like the guy from Ratatouille. And I go, oh, so glad you said it. I didn't want to be the annoying guy commenting on every fucking thing.
So you let her take the fall for that.
Absolutely.
No,
Absolutely.
I'll take the fall for that one for sure, 100%.
All right, you want to move on to the next movie?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, and last and certainly least, we finally got around to watching Begonia. Now, after we had seen it, Alva was like, why didn't we get a chance? Why didn't we watch that? I was like, because there was so many things we were watching. I think we were maxing out about like 2 movies an episode, 2 movies a week. Sometimes we'd squeeze in a third one, but it was like really difficult. And begrudgingly, we didn't watch Begonia, and I'm kind of mad about it because and by the way, the reason why we ended up watching it was because since then, about 12.5 people have been like, have you watched Begonia?
Oh, yeah.
Have you watched? I'm like, no.
I think Begonia was around that time where like Eternity and Hamnet came out. So it's like, pick one of the 3, and we're like,
I think a little bit before, a touch before
a little
that.
bit before,
Yeah.
but still it was like, within like still getting tickets. It was still out there while the other ones. So it's like, which one do you want to see? And we're like, well, Hamnet it is.
Yeah, I didn't catch this one either, but now like I got more interested with the Oscar nominations that it's had, and then like all like winning a bunch of other awards at other ceremonies and other organizations. I like watching the trailer. I'm like, oh, this must be another A24 film, but it wasn't. But it definitely felt like an A24 movie.
It did have that vibe to it. Is it? It's not A24.
No.
Well, you know what though? I'm kind of glad it wasn't attached to A24 because, and I've said this in earlier things, I think Neon has been beating out A24 as far as like movies that are sticking that landing.
Yeah.
And this is too damn good to be in that current era of A24, if I may say so myself. Tagline.
Oh my God.
And now Alpha with a tagline.
2 conspiracy-obsessed young men kidnap the high-powered CEO of a major company, convinced that she is an alien intent on destroying planet Earth.
Who went into it blind?
We all did.
Yeah.
Did not know what to expect.
Same here.
I love Emma Stone. I think. Did you ever see Poor Things? I still not. Seen
I have
Poor
not
Things.
seen Poor Things
have not seen it either.
I know she won
We'll
an
have to do
Oscar for that, right?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so. But that's one of those movies that's kind of like a hit and miss for folks. And I'm like, well, is she on like the downhill of roles? This was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Didn't know what to expect going in blind, as Alva said in the synopsis. They kidnap, and they thankfully almost immediately jump into the whole kidnapping thing. But I love them setting up. I mean, in like very clever writing sort of thing. You're opening up with Jesse Plemons, who's always amazing.
Dude.
Doesn't have to go big. He does so much. It reminds me of early Pacino, where he does so much with just so very little. This is what I try to tell my past partners.
Yeah, Jesse Plemons was like, for me, my favorite performance out of this movie. And I'm like, wait, did he get nominated for like best actor, best supporting actor? No, he wasn't.
Got snubbed.
I know. I felt like, okay, so you guys feel like he got snubbed as Teddy Gatz.
Yes. After now seeing the movie and then wondering, was it when Oscar nominations came out, he was just snubbed? And I was like, well, why? Was his performance not up to par? And then once we saw it, I was just like, that's just fucked up.
Because he had to play on that like delicate line of not having this like really big, overly dramatic, bombastic performance, but being, playing this type of person that is always subscribing to conspiracy theories, and to the point that it actually forces him and motivates him to take action, which is a very scary thing. Especially, I mean, it's obviously a commentary on like our current general political turmoil or whatnot. Mm-hmm. But at points, I mean, I think one of the sort of devices, if you will, of the movie is Emma Stone actually an alien? Is Jesse Plemons' character correct? Is he wrong? You know what I'm saying? And you go back and forth, but it's so smart for the movie to start off with him and his cousin, which I think his cousin is autistic.
Yeah, I looked it up. So the actor Aiden Delbis or Delby is actually on the spectrum. So like watching his performance, I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. But I'm like, but it's Teddy Gatz like taking advantage of his cousin. And I was like, and that's what I was also questioning. Like, is he just pulling him along as the muscle? You know?
I in my head, I thought it was because they're like, because of what they did to you. And I'm like, okay, so we're doing this. Is it because they hurt him? And they, this is like the result of his injury? Because it could be. Now I'm thinking my own freaking conspiracy over here. Like, what is it? But then there's a part where it's like another character comes in and you're like, no, is it that one too? And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just going to go along with the ride. I'm not even trying to freaking solve this.
So I looked into the movie a little more because I wanted to, I felt like at certain moments I'm like, okay, I know I have fully admitted in past episodes, sometimes I'm too dumb to see maybe some kind of like subtle symbolism at moments. And so I just wanted to make sure I validated it in my thoughts and perspectives and opinions. So basically Don, the autistic cousin, is supposed to represent humanity. And we can be good natured. We're struggling. We're simple, but we're also under the watchful eye and power of a higher power, rather. And that in this case would be Jesse Plemons, his cousin. And then Jesse Plemons is fighting for the everyman, but he doesn't know that he's actually doing the same thing that Emma Stone's CEO character is doing. But except they're all doing it on a different scale. You know what I mean? When at the beginning, when Plemons is talking about the bees and how efficient they are, and that moment over when they're having dinner, where him and Emma Stone's character, I forget her name, I have it up here.
Michelle Fuller.
Yeah, so when Teddy and Michelle are both have an agreement about how fascinating bees are and why they're fascinating, how efficient they are and how complex they can be, but he's in denial about what he's doing, wherein the appreciation she has is that he's also controlling bees that can't fathom this bigger thing controlling them. And if there was that one Teddy bee, it would do the same thing that he's doing with Emma Stone's character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was tricky like that. And then the movie took twists and turns. And when it finally revealed that, yeah, he was actually correct, I didn't see it coming. Not only did I not see it coming, but R.I.P. Don.
Oh,
yeah.
I know. That was
was
caught me
harsh.
off guard.
I gasped.
Yeah.
Jowls on the floor.
Yeah. So in the beginning, they established the characters. Like you see Emma Stone's character having her daily routine, doing yoga, self-defense class, which does play a little bit in a part when they kidnap her. And then like you see her at her corporate job. She's the CEO of this pharmaceutical company, and she's doing like those HR presentation videos because she's trying to reset the image, like, oh, like we do care about our employees.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay,
Synergy.
so this is she's just trying to work her job. And I was thinking like, okay, it'd be kind of funny if the twist is like, oh, it turned out that the crazy people were actually right.
On the nose, on the money.
Yeah.
We couldn't communicate with you because you didn't have your hair.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was quite the twist.
But what the CEOs, and I deal with this in the corporate world big time, is how inhuman rather they sound when they're trying to be human. CEOs and execs.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, you're trying to like talk down to our level, but at the same time, your brain and everything, your motivation is completely different. We are the worker bees.
And the other thing too, I was trying to think like, okay, how's this movie going to end? Like where she does outsmart them and like escapes and like they get arrested, or does she end up now being brainwashed and convinced that she is an alien?
That's what I thought.
I thought that's where it was going to go. So I was not expecting, again, like you guys, the twist.
The twist of it going back and forth with like, okay, at first her having the scene at first when they're basically playing like verbal chess.
Yeah.
It's simple and it's so impressive with like the nuances of their characters, the little moments where like Teddy kind of believes her or he gets mad and he's not believing her and he has his own motivation and he's sticking to his guns and then he's kind of wavering. And her, same thing. You can see her contemplating what next to do. Are these guys crazy and stuff? And no, of course I'm not an alien. And that kind of going back and forth throughout the entire movie to certain points where you're like, wow, she's convincingly kind of fake admitting that she's an alien or whatever. And then he's calling her on her bullshit. And you're like, yeah, because he's a crazy guy. And so many moments throughout the movie, it would continue to go back and forth on that. Like really had me guessing. Now, mind you, this movie's been out for a couple months, so I kind of was aware when people were like, what about that ending? And I'm like, oh, that probably means...
I actually avoided that, so I didn't know that there was a twist ending in this.
Oh, yeah.
I do love how like they represented the CEOs, or specifically her rather, as how alien their things are. It reminded me of American Psycho.
Yeah.
Just her doing her yoga, basically what they're doing, but very clunkily. And she's just doing it very graciously and perfectly in an open environment. And we'll look more into like this, the symbolism seems to be the theme of the day, which was everything that happened with the cousins was in an enclosed environment. They think they're controlling things, but really they're still stuck in that box. Whereas anytime it was her solo scenes, that sounded pornographic, huh? When it was her scenes alone, like in the beginning of the movie, it's depicted in an open and wide environment, showing that she actually has all the freedom. So I miss movies and films having that sort of foreshadowing symbolism. They're telling you who these people actually are. They're giving you little hints and breadcrumbs if you just stopped and figured it out. It's great.
I like the fact that the only time there is music is a Chappell Roan song, "Good Luck Babe." But here's the thing, because if you listen to that, I had to look up the lyrics.
By the way, music, not like scores.
Yeah. Like an actual like
Needle drop.
Yeah. So I was just like, all right, where we going with this? Because I don't know. I have a niece. She loves Chaperone. So she got me into the music. So anytime I'm like, okay, let's go. But the fact that they chose that song was like, I love it. Just because it's like, the song should have gave it away for the end of the movie, but it didn't. Because one of the lyrics at the end is like, you had to stop the world, just stop the feeling.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just like, wait, they told me what was going to happen. Like if I like play that song in my head, I'm like, oh man.
No, this movie was very clever. Did you have any more to say about it?
No, yeah. I mean, again, this, just like with Wake Up Dead Man, twists and turns, it made me question like, okay, is this happening or not? This is still a great movie, great performances. Again, I feel like Jesse Plemons was snubbed, but you know what? I digress. What do I know? I'm just a podcaster.
Yeah, okay, so we're making this a short episode. Obviously, go see these movies. That's why we finally fucking got around to watching them. And if you haven't seen these, we suggest that you see them. But of course, we always have to put a number on these things with our little segment that we call YHST Gets Fresh. Every other episode, me, Alva, and Carlos alternate back and forth and guessing the Rotten Tomato critic and audience score of the aforementioned movies from 0 to 100, 59 and below being rotten and 16 and above being fresh.
It is you and Carlos's time to guess.
Thank you, because I already forgot.
I got you guys.
All right.
That's what I'm here for.
Thank you,
Semi-caffeinated, but ready to kick butt. Let's go. All right. What is your personal scores and critics and audience for Wake Up Dead Man?
All right. So for Wake Up Dead Man, personal RT score, I'm going to give this high marks, 97%.
Nice.
For critics, I'm going to say they gave it a same score, 97. Audiences, 92.
Okay.
Man, now I feel like an asshole. I don't really have any kind of critique on why I gave it this, but I give it an 85%.
Okay.
And it had like a limited theater release, didn't it?
Yeah, kind of like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And I think that critics gave it an 80%. I think audiences an 83%.
Oh, I think Carlos was the only one close.
Yeah.
Critics, 92.
Ooh.
Audience, 94.
Okay.
It was
Why did I give it lower? That was weird.
Know.
I know, man.
You were speaking very highly of it.
I know.
You said this was your favorite out of the trilogy.
It
so
was.
far.
I don't know where my head was. It's been a tired morning.
Wake up, dead man.
This guy.
All right.
Where's my fucking rim shot?
But
Thank you.
all right, for Begonia. It's better when I do it. Sir, pay attention. Huh? Your turn to guess, Isaac.
Okay. Begonia, I give it a 90% personal. And I think critics liked it at 85% and audiences an 80%.
Okay.
Begonia for me, 89%. Critics, I'll say 90, and audiences 82.
Okay. Critics, 88.
Okay. I'm closer this time.
Audience, 84.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I understand why audience may be a little bit lower.
That's why I gave it like a low 80s for me, because I'm like, I think they might be a little thrown off.
Yeah, I feel like some people would be like, wait, what was a twist? What's going on?
All right. Well, there you go. That's what we thought about those movies and my bullshit number on Wake Up Dead Man. I wish I would have gone up higher. I don't know what the fuck happened there. But anyways, any last things you want to say about anything before we join the party in the big game?
Watch both movies, please and thank you.
Yeah, you can catch them both on streaming. Great mystery thrillers. Check them out.
And Carlos, congratulations on your
1 month anniversary.
1 month on here. Yeah.
By the way, I'll just mention this real quick. I'm going to give a little special shout out to, sorry, yeah, I'm cutting you off. A special shout out to Emily, who, family gathering last night. They were asking me about the podcast and the show, and first time describe my velvety voice.
Yeah.
So, thank you so much for, quenching my fears of sounding too flat note and monotone.
Now, are they following us on social media at?
YHSC Pod.
Yes, I believe so.
We'll make sure, as a matter of fact, that they're doing that. And make sure that they're supporting us on.
Why Chesty
I
Pod?
will
Venmo.
push it hard.
Okay,
I will push
we
it hard.
need those. Alva needs to eat. We're wasting away over here. So thank you to your family and everyone for listening. And for anyone else that these sound waves are hitting your ear holes, please call to action. Go on social media, share it, like it, comment, engage in this thing. It isn't just us three talking and enjoying these movies. You are part of our little filmic community, and we appreciate for doing so.
I want to know what your thoughts are.
Of Wake Up Dead Man and Begonia. So in the meantime, let us know what movies are on your growing list of films, and has people asking you the question. You
haven't seen that?
Bye, folks.
Bye.
And let us know who you think's going to win the big game.
No, it's the Bad Bunny concert.
It's time for the misbehaving rabbits. Throwing that in there.
Abadi, that's all, folks.
VIP.